Missouri native and the 55th governor of the state of Missouri, Jay Nixon, and you and I were just talking off camera. And you're feeling what I've been feeling here. You go to a lot of sporting events throughout the state, and you were commenting on the atmosphere at Kauffman Stadium.
Feels like a football crowd,
doesn't it?
I mean,
yeah.
Last year it started, and everybody's leaning forward. They're really into it.
You spent a lot of time here during the postseason, didn't you?
Yes, I did. As many as I could get here, and that was a lot. I mean, it's it had been 30 years.
Really?
Well, I mean, since '85. Everybody in the state was talking about it, and it was really a lot of fun for everybody all across the state.
You know, I've often wondered when you or any governor comes to a game, as Colton Wong with half a bat ends up with a leadoff single, or the President of the United States comes to a game. I mean, with the responsibilities that you have, and man, it was let's just say it was quite a year in the state of Missouri this past year. I mean, can you sit and really just soak into a sporting event, or do you have the 7,000 things going on in the state of Missouri always swimming in the back of your head?
It's kind of hard to slow your head down. I mean, although sports, it's a little easier to listen to y'all on the TV or radio, or you're kind of by yourself. It's hard,
right.
But sports has always had a rhythm to it that helps relax me, and I enjoy the competition too. So it's and then quite frankly, you're with all these Missourians, so it's a nice place to be.
Right. This is Matt Carpenter taking outside, and well, it was, getting back to the World Series here in the postseason here. I imagine because of your position, you were rooting for an I-70 World Series, but boy, it was sure nice after the long drought that you were talking about for this side of the state to put themselves back on the national map.
Well, and everybody around the country was for the Royals too. I mean, it was one of those years in which the way they got in by playing a great second half, the dramatic game and the playoff game, and then the run. Everybody across America was calling. I must have been called by 30 other governors. Sure. They're all Royals fans. Okay.
That's great.
There's always, by the way, I'm sure you did, and forgive me because I've forgotten, but I imagine that you and Governor Brown had some sort of a wager.
Yeah, he got to eat some good barbecue.
What were you going to get?
Some restaurant up there. In San Francisco somewhere. He said it was a good restaurant, but I thought the ribs were going to be better.
They would. We had a barbecue showdown this afternoon out by the TV trucks out there in front of the cameras, and of course, Q39 from Kansas City outdid Adams from St. Louis. Adams Smokehouse. So our guys, Q39, Rob McGee, did a great job. I mean, it was hands down. Mr. Governor, look, I know St. Louis has pride in a lot of their things there, and that city's a beautiful city, and their baseball team's one of the greatest and has been for years, but they cannot claim barbecue. It was an easy contest. We all, three judges, we tasted and we said, wow, hands down.
I come here to eat barbecue, that's for darn sure.
There you go.
Well, I'm sure it's very hard for you to be inconspicuous anywhere, but if you want to sneak out to our production truck, some of the leftovers from the barbecue showdown are there for your taking.
I may sneak out. I may bring a couple highway patrol troopers with me. They'll finish it. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, Governor, what do you like most when you go to a baseball game to watch? Do you like the great defensive plays the Royals make? Do you like their outstanding pitching and their back into their pin, or do you like the hitting? What do you like?
Well, the defensive side is important to me. I mean, I think that these players are so in tune in the shifts and how they're so well scouted, and the defensive side has always been hard. It's so fast.
Well, the Royals are really kind of leading the charge to make defense something that teams are investing. When we went through the steroid era, and here's the great play on the second pitch of the game tonight, but during the steroid era, everyone was just power this, power that, power pitching, power hitting, and defense was just kind of an afterthought. And the Royals, been a lot of teams who have seen the Royals model and value what you were just talking about.
The athletes look more fluid too. Yeah, I was not at any level that you guys ever were, but I played catcher, so it was a good place to watch the game. And you're in every play, so that part of the game of being right in there where the shifts are, where the action is in the air and in the ground is really a lot of fun.
And also what we're witnessing is Yadier Molina, obviously the best catcher in the game today at 33 years old, and Salvador Perez at 24 years old. He wears the Gold Glove too. Almost 10 years separate him in age, but you got the best in the business right here at the K.
It's
Mike Moustakas resisted the temptation of maybe trying for a triple play there, and he goes 5-3 across the diamond. So as we talk about defense, there's a nice defensive play and 2 down.
Yeah, Perez looks a lot like a young Yachty, and Yachty left 20 pounds in the offseason, so he's just a little quicker looking this year. But I think they're the 2 best catchers out there.
You got that right. And Moustakas, you know, they already have 3 Gold Glovers, the Royals do, and they could easily have 5. Kane in center is probably going to get 1, and Escobar or Moose. I mean, there's gold all over the diamond here.
Yeah, this Kane, the center fielder, was the guy that surprised me last year when I watched him. That's a special talent.
That was kind of his coming out party. I mean, I think, Hud, wouldn't you say we all kind of saw another level of Lorenzo Cain in the postseason we hadn't seen before?
And he had a magnet in his glove.
Matt Adams out into right center field, so 2 on, nobody out, and Chris Young has a scoreless top of the 3rd inning. Mr. Governor, I know you're super busy. We always appreciate you spending some time with us, and maybe we'll see you over in St. Louis for the second half.
Thank you.
All right.
Thanks for coming.